social media marketing in the earlier days, as like when I was in college and stuff, it wasn't as refined as it has become now. Where before it was we post something that's cute or we think is exciting, and we just want to go out there. That's not the case anymore. We have to be alert. We have to remember our major sales goal. We are here to drive sales online. And social media is no different. It's not just a place to post cute things. It's something where you need to be engaged with your customers. Your main purpose here is to increase brand visibility, grow customer engagement, promote brand customer and customer conversations, provide context to things, especially if it's complicated or something happened, activate customer advocacy to fight for you, to be proud of your brand, whether that's through outreach material like brochures, t-shirts, listen to the voice of the customer. Now you could do campaigns and also run customer service activities where you could help solve problems. You could also discover things in the social media sphere that might be affecting you. Or you could address it internally, or you could address it with the customers directly. Now, two things I want to keep in mind here that I've seen in the past and one as recently as last year. One example was where in some of the mid 2000s, it was common where people would harvest likes, where they would post something and pay somebody to go create likes. They would harvest likes, thousands of likes. I've seen a worse situation where there's 20,000 likes and yet there's only 200 followers and maybe 2 responses. That's not engagement. Your job is to engage customers, to be interactive with them. You're going to turn people off really quickly when they don't see that there's any engagement. And it doesn't help your brand, let alone any sales. You didn't drive any business at all to your website. So it's actually just embarrassing. So do not harvest. Please don't. It's not worth it. Don't pay for harvesting abroad, and don't do it in other countries. So another thing I've seen where you're creating a campaign and you make an awesome little post or a tweet where it's exciting and I like what it is. It's very engaging. It looks like it's going to be something big. It's a social media campaign strategy, clearly. So it's a nice post. It's exciting. And then, you get a bunch of responses from people, and half of them are turning into like customer care issues that are not even related to what was posted. So you're now in cleanup mode for customer service line, and it's ridiculous. And then not at all engaging with no effort at all towards the actual thing you posted, missing a great opportunity to expand your brand and drive the discussion, at least navigate and guide the discussion. And so don't do that. It's okay to be customer advocacy. You create lines for that, create opportunities for that, but don't make that take over the premise of your original tweet or post if that's something you're doing. So engage your customers, drive sales, drive brand visibility, and create advocates for your brand. Interesting. So where do you go for your business? You could, in business to consumer and business to business, different sites do different things. I think they posted this wrong. It should be maybe by type of industry. But in Facebook, you'll see it's pretty close, even. It's definitely mostly business to customers, but business to businesses are very popular here. It's like their wiki page. They have a lot of control over it, where they can make their own posts, own the page. Where if it's on Wikipedia, you don't get a lot of control there. So you get a good control here as a company, and you're driving discussions at the same time. LinkedIn, very much business to business. Here you're following interesting concept, people you like, the industries that you're interested in already. If you're a business to business seller, this is a great place to find people. You can Google search them and then find them on LinkedIn in your industry and potentially drive sales for your business. So LinkedIn is a great professional networking site for business to business people. Twitter as well. A lot of people find new ideas and concepts, what other businesses might be saying locally, and you just kind of link up with somebody. You grow your network there too. Is it more engaging? No, media and emotions drive Twitter. Here you drive emotions, but it's definitely more business. YouTube also 50-50, like Facebook, but more so. And then you see Instagram, very consumer-based, very young crowd. Pinterest, a lot of, recipe making, teacher ideas. Anybody that's going to give you ideas to help improve something, it's going to be in there. Snapchat, very small base of business, but it's because there's a lot of limitations on ads. So, where you can get a lot of ads on Twitter, a lot of ads on Facebook. Now, when you're engaging customers through social media marketing, you've got to establish a strong presence. That is a must. You have to be busy. You have to be making posts. You have to be responding to them. You also need to be seeing what people want from it. They can give you ideas. Reese's Candies fans provide information about dessert ideas, and then they incorporate that. Social media can help build your brand and help drive the brand in the direction you want. So, positive word of mouth is your goal there. Age groups are unique. I'm not going to go too much into this, but you'll see with Twitter, it's very much in the younger sphere along with Instagram, more so Instagram. But when you look at Facebook, even though it's a smaller minority of users, it is a big minority of users. So Facebook, you get a lot of older 45 to 60 and 60 plus users compared to other sites like Instagram and Twitter. Google Plus, for example, gets a lot of older users, familiarity with the services, for example. Content marketing, probably a fascinating and one of our last sections. Content marketing is what correctly said, it's the currency of the web. It's value driven, it's credibility, it's connectivity. So you have blogs, white papers, email marketing, video marketing. Why Twitter's the more common one now, Facebook's busy, Instagram more busy, is because content is driven by images. People like videos, they like photos, they like things they can see. You're engaging more of the sensories. So if you're going to post something as a business, you're more successful posting things with images. Now, you're going to want calls to actions, especially in your email marketing campaigns. Content marketing and social media marketing go great in hand in building credibility with experts, finding influencers, people who will write on your behalf, creating that advocacy. Influencers are very popular in China. Alibaba has integrated them into their whole business plan. If you don't know, Alibaba is a competitor to Amazon, and they're very integrated in selling products. If somebody famous comes up and says something, people buy it. So very influential. Creating content is a technical, purpose-driven process. In doing so, you're looking at what's the key word. So you could even have to take what you're writing and making sure it's directed at what you're trying with technical words that are going to engage or get you higher up in search engine optimization. So remember, search engine optimization, you want to be at the top. You want to be where people are, where it's busy. And you want to do it with the least cost. It's free areas to do that. Updating, blogging, always gets you more engagement, and that makes Google happy because they could sell more ads. Content marketing categories, your experts, users, people who know your product, use your product. Branded content, where people are looking at you for your values, So always keep in mind, you get your expert things that are helping you explain why this product's great. Your user-generated content is what people are saying about it. Branded content are those great things like Nike commercials, that help drive the experiential or the other sensors that excite people. Trends in branded content marketing, infographics, live streaming, pictorial communication, the emojis. Once again, it's sensory. People want to see things. So, great life advice. What happens online stays online forever. So just, once again, 20 years of reputation could go down in 5 seconds. Be careful what you say. Unfortunately, nowadays, people are more sensitive and things catch on faster. Infographics are amazing. This is a great way. So yeah, last thing on the other part, be nice to people. Build bridges, not burn them. Infographic are things that people can see and visualize. Graphs that look engaging and give you a perspective. Pictures, all that good stuff. Location-based marketing, truly amazing. With Facebook, you can actually use a little. If you were paying for an advertiser, for paid advertiser, you could expand the circle of sphere. You use zip code only as a political campaign strategy that allows you to focus and target direct neighborhoods where, as a business, I'm able to content to areas where I'm trying to increase sales growth. If I want to get more people from my local area into my restaurants, things like that. Pretty cool. Social media monitoring. Always monitor it. Look for damage to reputations. Try to do cleanup. There are special messaging techniques you need to learn when there's things that go south. So if something's bad, do a little research on how you want to respond. Just don't go in there and... I don't know how many times I go to Yelp and I've seen some manager yell at a customer. You could choose to respond. You could choose not to respond. If you're not going to say something helpful or conductive, then don't say it all, and you'll be better off than going down the rabbit hole of negativity, which is social media's greatest asset. People love negativity. I don't know why. Marketing metrics. You want engagement. You want volume of mentions. You want audience size. You want sentimental analysis. Are people conversing about you? Are they retweeting you? Are they applauding you? What's the feeling like? You want to know also how many times it's bringing you to your calls to actions. Are you making business? Is it driving business? All those good things are important to note. So it's the emotional ones as well as the business drivers, the key drivers. You can get dashboards, and you can check out is it really worth your return on investment, the activities you're doing. These visualizations illustrate your performance, and executives love simple, clear ways to see things. When I worked for a CEO, he liked zeros. He liked just big zeros. He didn't like small, nuanced numbers. He doesn't see pictures like that. He wants to see. He's trying to extend imagery so you can see what's the real risk involved or what's the real assessment. So people love that. So when you're going to your teams and you're sharing information or data points, these dashboards that you pay for help recreate that. How many women are paying attention? What age categories? In what areas? What messages were sent? Which messages were working? Because you could see which ones had the greatest engagement. Which ones had the most impressions that people saw it. Whether they engaged it or not, they might have saw it. And so, and who are these people? So you can get a good idea if you're getting the right target market, or if not, if you're driving maybe a new emerging customer that you didn't expect. Good example, 60, 70 years ago, a Hawaiian coffee brand named Lion Coffee was mostly for men. Mostly men drank it, and they did a lion, and now they found in the mid-2000s that mostly women drink this coffee. That they love the vanilla macadamia Hawaiian coffee. And they went to go change the brand, and they realized that women had a strong association to the original brand, so changing the lion didn't make sense. The brand was that strong and that comforting for local Hawaiian residents. So know what's going on. Do your research, engage your customers, and see what new things are emerging. On that note, I hope you had fun with digital marketing. See it from an international context. When this goes out there, it's going to grow and explode on the markets, and you want to be aware of whether your ethnocentrism or your biases are creating false interpretations or negatively affecting the customers you're trying to help and engage. So try to be inclusive, try to be aware, start with yourself sometimes, seeing what you think is acceptable, and be an ethical marketer. You'll thank yourself for it. People will appreciate the business that you grow organically, and the loyalty your customers will have for you because you are transparent, because you are fair, and because you're honest with customers.